This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Anything discussed during this podcast does not and is not intended to constitute legal advice. Instead, all content is for general entertainment purposes only. Listeners should contact their attorney to obtain advice with respect to any particular legal matter. Listening to, contacting us, or any of the links or resources contained within this podcast and or website does not create an attorney-client relationship. The views expressed during this podcast are those of the individual lawyers in their individual personal capacities only.
All the legal ladies, all the legal ladies, all the legal ladies, all the legal ladies.
Welcome to All the Legal Ladies. Unwind with us as we navigate the fascinating world of legal tales, precedents, and the occasional objection-worthy joke. Well, I guess I should fill in. We are Williams, McLernon, and Stack, the law firm, and we decided to do this podcast as part of our law firm.
Cat decided.
And yet you guys agreed and are here. So that's exciting. About 5 years ahead of schedule.
After 5 years, you did wear me down. like water on stone.
Yes.
And then when I was pregnant with my son, I had a change in boss during the time. My first male boss since I did restaurant work in college. I did not work for him for very long because we started this firm. But I will say one of my top moments was discussion of like my going out maternity leave, and it's you don't need to substitute in your cases, like you can just forward the emails. Like I'm not going to be on my email while I'm on maternity leave. And then told me that I could just finish something up during my breaks with the baby.
Breaks with the baby.
You know. Wash the dishes when the baby washes the dishes. Write client's notes when the baby writes client notes.
My announcement. Never mind.
Keep going.
No, you know how I get this feeling. I have to find out what's going on because I have that feeling again.
About who?
I don't know. That's why I need to know. I need to figure it out. Or it could be just the birth or something. So background information. We haven't even introduced ourselves.
Are we recording?
That reminds me of when opposing counsel in one of my cases. What did he say? He asked, so do you think she just gives BJs?
I forgot about that one. Didn't he ask his client if she paid for his services with oral sex?
Yes, that's it. Yes.
That's right.
Objection. Sustained.
Yeah. Welcome to All the Legal Ladies. Unwind with us. Okay, we're going to start again. Moist. Continue.
You like 10 from behind.
I thought we weren't going to make them uncomfortable again.
You just said moist.
All right.
I figured Kat was already breaking it. Needed to be done.
Yeah, I got you. Courtney's like, Okay.
Yeah. My husband was mistaken for a defendant one time. White man, but still.
Yeah.
I took him to court with me because we were leaving for vacation right afterwards. So he just drove me to court, sat in the back of the courtroom as I did my case. And we're walking into the courthouse when I finally checked what he was wearing. I just didn't pay any attention before. And he's dressed for vacation. So he's got on an old t-shirt and baggy pants. And I want to say flip-flops. I was like, do you not have real shoes? I'm just sit in the back. And then after all of the preliminary inquiries have been called, sir, has your case been called yet? I'm like, he's with me.
Yes.
What struck me with Britney Spears, she's posting videos of herself dancing or, half naked or whatever all the time. And people are, pointing to that as evidence of why she should still be under a guardianship. It's it's not that you have to make decisions that everyone else agrees with or that everyone thinks are the best decisions. You just have to be able to make your own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And, you might not spend your money the way people think you should, but nobody else in this world has to spend their money in the most responsible way. There's no one stopping me from getting takeout for lunch every day. I should have a guardianship.
Right.
That was the case. I would have needed a guardianship a long time ago.
Yeah. Welcome to our game. We spin the wheel. Since you are the guest, you can spin the wheel.
What game are we
All
playing
right.
today?
What game are we playing?
I am scared. Okay.
Didn't even.
Okay. There we go.
Yes. Spin it like you're on Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune or something.
We did that. We were told not to do the same one again.
All right, law of the land. We have to guess which state a law belongs to. If it's weird, I'm guessing Florida. Or Utah.
Okay. In which state is it illegal to dress up as a priest for Halloween?
I feel like I've heard of this one before.
It's got to be a southern state, right?
I don't know.
I don't know why it's just Oklahoma. I don't know. This
Rhode
is really
Island.
random, but
Massachusetts.
I can see that.
that's a good one.
Tennessee.
So, which state is it illegal to dress up as for Halloween?
Alabama.
Alabama. Dress up as a priest for Halloween. So, don't be a priest in Alabama. I mean, don't dress up.
The Legal Ladies podcast takes no position on whether you should become a priest in the state of Alabama.
Oh goodness! I had fish when I was younger, and they unalived themselves.
Mine did that. I had a fish that did that in college. Jumped out in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I found it underneath my mini fridge. And one of my best friends sent me a sympathy card mocking me.
Oh,
I still have it somewhere.
oh my god! My fish.
How terrible must I have been?
My fish jumped out of the tank, and I found it behind the television, which was a good 5 feet away. And I was like, oh, it was still alive, so I put it back in the tank, and then
I was not.
it succumbed to, I guess, oxygen deprivation. I don't know. But yeah, and then my fish would eat each other.
That happens too.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, I can't wait to begin this journey.
All the legal ladies, unwind with us as we navigate the fascinating world of legal tales, precedents, and the occasional objection-worthy joke. I'm Kat.
And I am Marcia.
I'm Alicia, and I'm here to fix not everyone's life, but everyone at this table's life. Maybe in the room. We'll see.
Yes, what you can't see is the person bundled up like it is. Who's the character from the Pew Pew and he?
I could not
Christmas
begin to tell
Story.
you.
Christmas
Oh.
Like Ralphie's little brother.
Ralphie's little brother.
What is Ralphie's little brother? Danny, Frankie, something like that. Randy. Bundled up like Randy. I am not. It looks like she can't put her arms down though.
Well, that's good. But she needs to go home.
Yes.
Yes.
And take a break.
It's important to take your sick leave if you're sick.
Yes.
Yes.
And you are good at telling us what not to do.
I love to tell everyone what to do. I'm really good at other people's lives. Not my life, but other people's lives.
The art of no.
Yes.
I am pretty good at that.
Yes. No is a sentence. It's a complete sentence.
I received the email from, is it the chamber that hosts the TEDx things down here, or is it just another organization?
Oh yeah. TEDx.
The TEDx local, and this year I saw the title was yes and I was like, no.
No, period.
That is not what I need in my life right now. I don't need to hear 10 speakers telling me why yes is important. Nope.
Yeah, Sheryl Sandberg, we are not leaning in right now. I'm going to lean out a little bit.
Yes, I would like to be able to go to my children's in-school activities like mystery reader or their trips.
Yeah.
Stay home if you're not feeling well.
Yes,
Go home
stay
early.
home if you're not feeling well.
Yes.
If you are cold and running a temperature and taking medicine, go home.
She wasn't running a temperature, she said. She took her temperature and then took medicine, or took medicine and took her temperature. Either way, she wasn't feeling well.
Yes.
And go home. Don't spread your germs.
Or just
But we
take
care.
the rest you need.
Yes,
for
take
your
the
body
rest
to
you
get better.
need. We care.
If we didn't care so much, I wouldn't have made a list of all of Marcia's obligations, both work-related and personal, and then ordered is maybe a strong word. Insisted, tasked her to
Officially tasked. Like
yes,
on the calendar.
on our management system tasked.
And every time I logged in, it was overdue.
Yes.
Overdue. But
Still have one overdue.
I still have one overdue.
But besides that, how do
2
you
out of
feel,
3.
though?
66%. That's pretty good.
It took me going to the hospital to do that task, to mark it off as complete and resign. I feel fine because the world will go on without me.
And by going to the hospital, she means the time that we forced her to go to the hospital. Oh, my arm. My heart.
I don't know how
It's not actually a heart attack.
It's like, I don't know how I would feel if that impression was of me, but thankfully it wasn't. It was a little bit like the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie.
Goodness. Yeah.
Who was that? Pee Wee Herman? Just dying slightly off camera for like
Forever.
5 full minutes.
And then another piece of advice is keep people out of your marriage.
You mean like in-laws?
In-laws, friends, you know, when you and your spouse argue and you go and run to your parents, your in-laws, whomever, your friends, and you tell them all the bad stuff and they're looking at you side-eyeing you about why are you still with him? Or they come back and say, oh, I told you so. Just keep people out of your marriage. It's good to, seek advice, but know who to seek advice from. And I also plan vacations and go on vacations.
Yes.
Vacations are important. I don't understand why people like to leave on the table at the end of the year. Use your leave, people.
We have a mandatory use your leave policy here. Yep.
And we stay on top of people.
We
So
do
it's
stay on
not,
top.
it's not just like use it or lose it and, oh, well, I guess you lost it. No,
use
it's
it.
like 90 days out. What is your plan for using your leave?
Yeah.
Put that vacation on the calendar. I just think that we should all come together over what's really important, and that is that boneless wings are not wings. They're not wings. They're chicken nuggets. They're chicken nuggets and sauce.
Which are great.
Call them what they are. They are not wings.
And by chicken nuggets and sauce, I mean the fake chicken.
That's at least partially for my husband, but also for the rest of you who are incorrect. I just have to share a personal story about Five Guys before we continue. Was it after we moved out here? I'm trying to remember the first time I went to a Five Guys. But in any event, I was familiar with them. Wherever I was living at the time, they existed. I'd eaten there. I'd enjoyed the sandwiches. I was back in the Midwest visiting family, getting ready to go out for a day of, I think, Christmas shopping with my mom. And we're in the car. I'm driving, and I was like, okay, well, it's going to be lunchtime. While we're out at the mall, we should stop and get something to eat. What do you want to do? Do you want to get Five Guys? She just gave me the strangest look. Just like, food? do you want hamburgers? And she's just looking at me, and I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? She's like, burgers? And this Five. I'm like, what was that about? She goes, you just looked at me and asked me if I wanted to have Five Guys. Fast food chain.
Like, oh my, Mom, where's your mind?
Yeah, context is important. No, that was not a part of her context up until that point. Very different kind of day than the one I had envisioned. But I remember being in fear. Like, I did not want my name in that paper.
I appreciated it when they just labeled so-and-so's public defender. I have no name. That is correct. Leave me alone.
Although my favorite time that I've ever been referred to in print was a case where I think my client had been successful in getting a protective order. So then the other party filed a peace order retaliatory against my client. And they did not qualify for a peace order because they met the protective order statute as far as the relationship. So I went back into court and got that dismissed. And I still do this to this day, not so much in our divorce cases, but I'll look at social media and people's pages are available. You see what they're posting. And are we allowed to swear? I guess
we have occasionally.
Bleep it if we have to. So I looked at his social media afterwards because part of it had been pulling his post into court and said something about her and that bitch that did the talking for her. And I tell you, I printed that out. I put it up on our bulletin board.
I am that bitch. Well, thank you all for joining us for this season and for listening to us. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of All the Legal Ladies. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and listen to the audio on your favorite digital streaming platform. So I don't even know where to go from here. So many things. Grizzly bears, oral sex, that bitch.
Hopefully not those two things together.
Don't do those two things together.
Yes, that's a different crime.
Until next time, it's been repealed. See you next season.
Bestiality has been revealed.
Yes, it has been. It was.